Have you ever met someone totally out of the blue and they ended up changing your whole life? At first, it feels random, just like a coincidence. But what if it's not? What if those unexpected meetings are actually synchronicity? Like life placing the right person right in front of you at the exact right time. I used to brush those moments off, just a coincidence, like I mentioned in my last video. Until one meeting changed everything for me, including my master's degree dissertation research, my career path, and honestly, it's the reason why my YouTube channel even exists today. In this video, I'm going to show you how synchronicity can bring you the right people into your life at the moments you need them the most, and how it can guide you toward your true life purpose. Because once you start seeing the pattern, you never unsee it.
How synchronicity brings you the right people.
Hi, I'm Tony, here to talk about everything beyond the ordinary, everyday life stuff to help us think differently about life, meaning, and what's really going on beneath the surface. So let's start with my own story, because honestly, this YouTube channel you're watching right now wouldn't exist if I hadn't met one person. So in my previous video where I talked about my synchronicity story, at the time I was studying my master's degree in Transpersonal Psychology. It was a 3-year program and we just hit the point where we had to choose our dissertation topic. And I remember thinking, I want to study something meaningful, but what? Then one day I attended the dissertation webinar. I wasn't expecting anything special, just another session. But then, a supervisor named Dr. Bethany Butzer in the webinar casually mentioned a topic she offered to supervise called synchronicity. At first, I didn't think much of it. I kind of just brushed it off. But then, this string of perfectly timed events started happening, one after another. Too aligned, too personal. It was like life telling me, "Hey Tony, wake up! This is it! Pay attention!" And the biggest synchronicity of all, Bethany became one of the most important people I ever met. Not just for my research, but for me. She wasn't just a supervisor, she became a mentor, a champion, and a true guide on my path. There were so many moments I didn't think my dissertation would work, times when I felt overwhelmed and not good enough. But every time when I talked to her or received an email from her, something made me feel everything will be alright in the end. Because she didn't just guide my dissertation, she shaped it. She helped refine my thinking, and she encouraged me not to just finish my dissertation, but to publish it with a mainstream psychology journal. And without her, I wouldn't have gotten the top mark in every single assignment in my final year of study. I wouldn't have the courage to share my research with the world. And most importantly, I wouldn't have started this YouTube channel to share my stories with you. So I asked myself so many times, was this just a coincidence? Or was it something bigger? Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, called this phenomenon synchronicity. Those moments when things align in a way that feels almost too perfect to explain logically. It's when two or more events happen together. And even though there's no obvious cause, they feel deeply connected to you. He saw them as part of our inner transformation, little signs and messages that guide us towards who we are meant to become. And it turns out the science backs it up too. A study in 2009 found there are many people experience meaningful coincidences in the key moments of their life, especially when it comes to career choices, education, or meeting the right people at the exact right time. And in my own master's degree research study, meeting the right people was one of the most commonly reported synchronicity experiences. So if you ever felt someone crossed your path at the exact right moment, you're not imagining it. It's not just positive thinking or woo-woo. It's real. It's part of something deeper. Like what happened to my teacher, Charlie Morley. He was leading a lucid dreaming retreat, teaching people how to realize they were in a dream while they were dreaming. Among them, there was this quiet, unassuming woman, just like any participant. But then, during one practice session, she had a powerful lucid dream. And during the breakfast the next day, Charlie just happening to sit next to her. Being as friendly and chatty as he always was, he asked her how she was doing. Just a simple, genuine conversation, and that was it. And at the end of the retreat, where everyone started packing their bags, he casually asked her, "Where are you headed next?" She smiled and said, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I live here." He paused, confused. "Wait, you live at the retreat center?" And she said, "Not exactly. I own it." What Charlie didn't know was she had signed up anonymously, just to experience the retreats for herself without anyone knowing who she was. And a few days after the retreats had ended, she sent him an email. She told him how deeply she had been moved and how much the experience had meant to her. And then she said something that left him speechless. "I want to support your work." She offered a life-changing donation, not just a thank you, but to ensure his teaching would continue for years to come. This wasn't just generosity, this was synchronicity in action. Because here's the thing, if Charlie hadn't taken the time to connect with her, if he had just brushed her off, that opportunity may have never come. And it makes you wonder how many moments like this might we miss, just because we weren't fully paying attention. Because synchronicity doesn't just show up as a sign, it often shows up as a person. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so how do I invite these synchronistic people into my life? Well, science has a surprisingly simple answer. Psychologist Richard Wiseman studied people who considered themselves as either lucky or unlucky. And what he found was kind of mind-blowing. Lucky people aren't just lucky, they are friendlier. They talk to more people, they say yes to more experiences. And because of that, they give synchronicity more chances to show up. The good news is, this isn't magic. It's repeatable. And you can start doing it today. So here are 3 simple ways to bring more synchronistic people into your life. First, start your day by cultivating genuine friendliness, like doing a simple loving kindness meditation. So for example, close your eyes for a minute or 2. Visualize someone you don't know that well, maybe a stranger you walked past by before, and silently say to that person in your mind, "May you be happy, may you be well, may you be free from suffering." Then carry that energy with you into your day. Second, just follow the flow of natural connection throughout your day. Not everyone wants to talk, especially in London, where people are so stressed out and busy. And that's completely fine. This isn't about pushing small talks. It's about noticing a moment of connection that feels natural. So start with the people already around you, like the staff in your cafe, someone at your gym, or a neighbor you walk past by on your street. A simple smile or "Hi, how's it going?" might lead to something surprisingly meaningful if you're open to it. And third, say yes to the places you feel drawn to. If a gym class, an event, or even just a new walking path that feels interesting, just follow it. Not randomly, but intentionally. Because sometimes these little feelings are little signs pointing you towards the right place at the right time to meet the right people. And the best part, you don't have to do anything. You just have to show up and have fun. Because when you do, synchronicity starts to show up too. So now we know how to invite more synchronistic people into our lives. Here's something even more mind-blowing. What if we're not here just to meet the right people? What if we're here to be the right person for someone else? Think about it. Have you ever said something to a friend or coworker, or even a stranger, and only later found out that it meant more to them than you ever imagined. Because I used to think that once I found the right teacher, the right friend, or the right partner, my life will finally be more purposeful, meaningful, and complete. But after learning and researching synchronicity has made me think differently. What if life isn't just about meeting the right people or the right friends? What if it's also about the role we play in someone else's? Because the truth is, we're all each other's everyday angels. The words you say, the way you show up, the small kindness you offer when no one's watching. It all matters. You might be the right person in someone's story without even realizing it. And if you ever ask yourself, does what I do really make a difference? I know it does, even if you don't know it yet. So please let me know in the comment section below. Have you ever met someone at just the right moment? Someone who've changed your life in a way you didn't expect? Have you ever said or done something small, only to find out later that it meant the world to someone else? And if you enjoy watching this video, please give it a like and hit subscribe. It really helps me to make more content like this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.